the character, I'm glad the show has softened her edges enough to make her more likable to viewers. Many people have had a long-standing disagreement with her, but despite working under Nolan's tutelage, she has frequently succeeded as a police officer. He is, after all, the reason why thieves have stolen their store once more. By apprehending Mickey and the hammer, Selena effectively managed the situation. She even gained the upper hand over the latter when Nolan froze. This season, she has demonstrated her abilities more than before. In the future, it might result in some fascinating Selena narratives. I'm curious to see what those might be. Seth is currently the troublesome rookie, but Selena is doing fine. Lucy doesn't trust him at all, which makes sense. Strangely, he takes offense by her mistrust even though he is the one who initially caused it. Do you realize how awful your actions must be in order to annoy Lucy Chin? She is a human sunshine who usually always assumes the best about others. Seth's strange state, where we don't sure if he's lying about his cancer or anything else, is bad enough, but now he's targeting Tamara, who for some reason, is disregarding Lucy's warning signs and going along with it. Seth makes an effort to establish his worth. He never thinks about the risks he poses to both himself and other people. When he struck the agreement with the drug dealer, he went above and beyond, but rather than accepting that, he made the grave error of getting into a car with a group of drug dealers while still carrying his weapon and wearing his license and badge. Everyone knows that when you're undercover like that, especially when it wasn't planned, you never accompany the criminals to a secondary site. I detest the fact that Seth's carelessness almost cost him his life and put Tamara in danger. Everyone else's night was also disturbed as they hurried to make arrangements to save him. What's worse is that he doesn't even appear to have learnt a lesson. He believes he has a new girlfriend in Tamara, feels his career is secure, and is still high after busting several drug dealers. He wouldn't disobey Lucy's demands, disregard her advice, and start dating someone close to her even though he knew how she felt about him if he truly wanted to prove himself to her. To what extent is Seth a mess? We haven't even started to solve it yet. Augustine gives this character a lot of depth and emotion, and Miles never ceases to astound. He's a true pleasure to observe. Even if it was the right decision, it's clear that he's still in shock over his split from Camilla. However, he was also shaken by their terrible domestic abuse case. He spoke something about a case that led to children being killed, but it also seemed more personal to him than he had told Tim. The fact that Lucy and Tim aren't actually discussing anything still bothers me. The hallmark of each troubled partnership is poor or non-existent communication. The majority of the conflict in far too many shows is carried by this trope. We can tell how much they love each other and want to be together from the talks they've had with others, and they can't stop thinking about each other and the night they spent together. Bradford has been going to group therapy sessions, we found out. He receives wise counsel from his group leader. When she pointed out that he had no authority to deprive Lucy of her agency over her decisions in their relationship, she was spot on. Tim repeatedly talked about learning to be emotionally present, discussing his feelings with Nolan, and giving him romantic advice in a charmingly bromantic moment, demonstrating how these group sessions have benefited him. He also utilized those same tools to support Lucy, whether it was saving Seth or helping with Tamara, and to mentor Miles, making sure he was alright. I guess these are the indications of a transformed, enlightened, and healed Tim Bradford that we needed to witness in order for him to eventually get back together with Lucy. On the one hand, I think it's great that we can witness all of this over the course of an hour. However, I wish the plot arc had been more prominent and developed so that it didn't stand out when the rookie abruptly threw it into this one episode. The Chinford reset gives the impression that the rookie is cheating, something they didn't have to do in the first place.